On 5 tonight, Local 5's Erinn Taylor took us on a journey yesterday to learn more about a much forgotten chapter of Door County's history.
But there are memories of that time that remain. And today, Erinn sits down with a woman who remembers the harvest of 1945.
That's when German prisoners of war worked in the cherry orchards that her father managed.
When you're like 10 years old, you kind of remember certain things that impressed you at the time and scare the heck out of you once in a while.
In Sturgeon Bay in 1945, World War II seemed a world away.
But the only time we saw any news at all was when we went to the movies. And in between the double feature, they'd have news reports. And then you would see what was happening in the outside world with a war going on.
The orchard Jerry lived on as a girl has long since been torn down for development, but there are still cherry orchards here in Door County, just like there are still memories of the harvest of 1945.
My dad came home and told us, we're getting a load of POWs in for the pickers camps.
Jerry's dad managed a cherry orchard, and her family lived in a house on the property.
When you see those big trucks pulling in and all those guys get out of there, and they all had the prisoner uniforms on. And then when you see the guards with their rifles and they're all marching single in a row, and you know, it was horrifying.
Jerry and her family were wary of the prisoners when they arrived.
They went out picking cherries during the day. My dad said, "You stay away from the fences now, girls."
But some of the prisoners spoke English, and Jerry remembers delivering cookies her mother baked to the new workers.
But we made friends with a lot of them.
The Germans shared stories of their lives before the war with Jerry and her family.
And one of them said they had a daughter back home that he had to leave.
That POW showed her a picture of a girl who was about 3 or 4 years old.
Tears were rolling down his cheek, you know, and then he said, "Well, she must be your age now, you know." Isn't that sad? Once we got to know them, they were just so nice.
After the harvest, the POWs were taken elsewhere, but the government left behind the furniture they used, which Jerry's mother repurposed to surprise her daughters.
Took our double bed out and gave us each army cot, and she had nice big thick quilts on and a feather mattress, and we thought we were so smart to sleep in those army cots.
Just one of the lasting memories left behind by the German POWs.
You just forget those things, you know? That was a long time ago.
In Sturgeon Bay, Erinn Taylor, Local 5 News.